Now what we're going to look at in this video is a thing called constants, and constants are very, very similar to variables in what they do, except there is one reasonably big difference. So if we go back to variables, I could say that age is assigned the value of 15 and then end that instruction. And what that would do is it would say that age points to a place in memory that stores the value 15. If I then do the instruction age is assign the value of 16, then it would take the same place in memory and it would change the 15 into 16. Now constants, as the name says, if something's constant it cannot be changed, it's going to be the same all the time. And so if I make a constant, I can do the same thing here, age is 15, but I won't ever be able to change that. So a constant wouldn't be a good thing to use for an age. That would be better as a variable. So a variable is something where I can change the value. A constant, though, I cannot change the value. And so the sort of things which I might use a constant for, if you think of pi. So pi is, and I'll just approximate it here, 3.14. So I would use a constant for this because it's always going to be the same. It's always, that value is going to always be a constant. And I could also use it maybe for speed limit. So if I was designing some car game or some program which dealt with mapping and so it needed to know the speed limits of different roads, then I could do speed limit is assign the value of 70, and I wouldn't then be able to change that value. Now one thing which you'll notice here is that by convention, when I'm making constants, I use capital letters all the way through and an underscore because I obviously can't use camel case in this case. So underscore for spaces and capital letters all the way through is the convention I use for constants. Now in certain languages like C# or Java, you can tell that not variable, you can tell the identifier that it's going to be a constant, and then the programming language will prevent you from changing it. When we do a language like JavaScript, and there's a number of other languages like it, we aren't able to say that it's going to be a constant. So all I can say is, again, make me a variable, and this time, because I'm using capital letters, I want that to be a constant. And so although I'm not allowed to change it, in reality, JavaScript will let me change this value, but by using the capital letters I'm saying to other programmers this is going to be a constant, I don't want it changed. So pi is 3.14 for example, or it might be that we're going to have a variable called speed limit, and that's going to be the value of 70. So these values in other programming languages where I can say this is a constant, keep it fixed as a constant, they won't be able to be changed when the program is running at runtime. That's what runtime means, when the program's running. You can only change them in the source code. And so if I do document write and pi, and I can do document write and speed limit, and let's just add into that another one which can give me my line break. Okay, there we go. And so almost identical to variables, so much so that in some languages there is basically no difference other than what you write and using uppercase. Other languages, there will be a way that you can tell it this is a constant and it cannot be changed. The programming language will refuse to let you change it. And that's basically what constants are.